your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Video example. Exercising by visualization gets the same results. What is this video about? Visualizing exercise can and does work as well as actually exercising. In this video example, the researchers first test the natural ability of all the volunteers. Once they have the initial physical ability established, they divide the group in two. One group works out by actually lifting weights and doing some very strenuous exercise, while the other group simply thinks about lifting the weight in their mind. In order to assist the visualization process, the researchers filmed these volunteers from behind as they were actually doing the exercise during the first testing stage. They then played the actual video of the participant from the participant's point of view while they were sitting at the exercise machine. So everything was the same, except that they didn't actually lift the weight. They only watched themselves doing it and sat at the machine as if they were doing it. The results? After several weeks of quote-unquote training, the visualizers amazingly built more muscle than those who actually lifted the weights and did the hard training. What does this example show, and what does it mean? What this video example shows is that it is the meaning that is actually accomplishing anything. The actual lifting only gives meaning. That's it. When you lift heavy weight, you convey absolute and clear meaning. However, when you visualize lifting and get the feeling like you are actually doing the lifting, you are also conveying meaning. Both are equally powerful. This video example proves that we can easily substitute physically created meaning for mentally created meaning. That is your God power, to assert meaning and create meaning at will. And since our entire existence is a function of meaning, if we can decide what that meaning is, we have absolute control over our own life experience with our God power. Just so I'm clear about physically generated meaning and thought-generated meaning, I want to stress that we came here for the physical experience, the fun and exhilaration of the physical action and feeling. So using physical means to assert and create meaning is perfectly fine. In fact, it's preferred. It is just that when using your God power to adjust meanings, change meanings, or assert new meanings, it is not always easy to assert the new meaning in a physical way. More often than not, it will have to be a mental thought process. But by all means, enjoy your physical expressions and physical experience, because that's what you're here for.
For best results, pause this video at this point here and watch the video example mentioned in the segment. The links are located in the book chapter and at the end of the book. If you are watching this online, you will find the link for this video example listed in the notes section. Then, after watching the associated video example, continue watching this video from here.
The many levels of meaning. Before we go any further, we really need to understand the mechanics of meaning. Meaning is present at every single layer and every single viewpoint in every nook and cranny of every situation. Everything is built and created from meaning. Just to show you how pervasive meaning is in our experience, I will build a simple doghouse built out of meaning. First, the location has meaning. It is a certain spot that is within a certain area that has the meaning of being owned by a certain person. It is built of wood that has a meaning that was created by the kind of tree that it came from. Its meaning dictates certain properties. You put wood on top, which has the meaning that when a certain substance called water, which has a meaning and certain properties, the meaning of the roof keeps the meaning of the water from entering the space which has the meaning of what is enclosed by the wood. Furthermore, the meaning of the wood prevents the meaning of light from passing through it, where the meaning of glass does allow the meaning of light to pass, but not the meaning of water. You can quickly see that the universe has the most powerful computational abilities you could ever imagine to keep track of all the assigned meanings and still make sure they are all interacting properly. All meaning is calculated and reconciled at the energy level and then only represented at the physical level. We will go into great detail about representations later in this book. While the energy level can be best described as in another dimension, we can visualize it better if we think of it as a cloud above every person, object, and situation. This would be like a higher level of activity or consciousness. Let's look at the meaning diagram for this exercise example above. Okay, let's have a look at this illustration here. We got the normal workout. Okay, so you start out with a physical meaning of the person. Now this is just the normal workout, normal technique. You have the physical meaning of weight. What is weight? What does it mean that something has weight? What does that mean? Then you have the physical meaning of lifting. What does that mean? When you're lifting, what does that mean? Okay? Then you have the physical result, more muscle. So if you have the meaning of a person, and then you have the meaning of what weight is, and then you have the meaning of lifting, what weight is, then the result is going to be more muscle. Because when you lift weight, you gain muscle. That is the resulting meaning of those meanings put together. Okay, now that's our starting place.
To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, Chapter number 1, Segment number 3. Let your quest for knowing continue.